to have a senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children without a mother and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do, or my daughter, or my grandchildren? I don't understand this.
I'm Antoine Michael, and this is The Breakdown. I just need to know if white women are tired. I need to know if the sorority of white womanhood, are y'all tired yet? Are y'all tired? Here we have one of their leading members, Patty Moran, who is on the lectern at the White House, who is lamenting about the fact that a United States senator went down to El Salvador to go see about Kilmar Garcia, who the Trump administration admits they wrongly deported and illegally deported to El Salvador. And he's going down there to see about him, to make sure that he's okay, and to see if what he could do to help rectify the situation. But Patty here says, well, hold on, it is my dime, it is my dollar that paid for the trip, that somehow she got into this man's account and saw that he transferred whatever tax dollars that she might have paid, and it was her tax dollars that somehow paid for the trip, and that in this moment of Kilmar Garcia and what is happening to his family, that somehow that she is the victim. Listen, sorority of white womanhood, are you all tired of your lives being leveraged and utilized as collateral for the nation state to do the racialized violence that it does? Because somehow, in this particular instance is where you draw the line with your tax dollars. You did not draw the line in the sand at the fact that to date, Trump has utilized over $26 million tax dollars, your tax dollars, in golfing so that he can have his protection and everything else that comes with it. You did not draw a line in the sand when Republican politicians over in the House of Representatives had their PPP loans forgiven that's worth millions of dollars, because presumably that wasn't your nickel, your penny, your dollar. You did not draw a line in the sand when Roe versus Wade was rolled back. But where you draw the line in the sand at is that when a person of color has been illegally deported to another nation, and that person in your imagination should not come back because somehow that is an offense to you. And moreover, on top of that, what's happened to the Garcia family is that his wife has had to move because the Department of Homeland Security put her address up on the site. And somehow Patty Moran is saying that in this moment that she is the victim. Now let's zoom in a little bit closer on Patty here, because Patty here is worried about her dollars, her nickels, her dimes, paying for this senator to go down to El Salvador to see about Kilmar Garcia when she is taking the money from her grandchildren as a result of what happened to her daughter. So you're worried about what's happening to your nickels, your dimes, and your dollars with this senator, but you are stealing from your grandchildren. Make it make sense. How is it that you are on the platform trying to create yourself into a victim even as you victimize your own grandchildren? Somebody said sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around someone else's. I just need to know if white women are tired of their lives being leveraged in this particular way. And listen, this is not contemporary. This is also historical, right? We learned this lesson from Emmett Till and Carolyn Bryant, who lied about the whole situation. And Carolyn Bryant gets to live out the rest of her days in peace as the Till family goes on with the rest of their lives mourning what took place with Emmett Till. This also took place all over the South when black men were lynched by way of the lies of white women who said, oh my gosh, they were trying to come onto me. We don't want you. We don't want you. But somehow that lie materialized in the bodies of black men swinging from trees. Are you tired yet? This same thing took place with the Willie Horton ad when George W. Bush was running up against Dukakis. And it was about, oh, Willie Horton's out here. You got to hide your kids, hide your wife, because we got Willie Horton's running all over the place. This is not just contemporary. This is historical. And these are the things that constitute white womanhood in the United States. And it is dangerous. And it is dangerous. and what it's going to take, because we are constantly having the conversation in the United States about, well, how do we resolve what is going on? How do we reconcile these worlds? You got to stop stuff like this. You got to stop stuff like this. Somebody's got to grab homegirl and say, ta, before you go to the White House and you stand on that podium and you talk about the senator going down there. Can you deal with your own house first? Because you up here talking about, my grandkids, they're going to have a certain lived experience. They're going to have that lived experience, boo, because you stealing money from them. Be so real right now. Be so real right now. And let's be clear about this Kilmar Garcia moment, as well as the 238 Venezuelans. They were sold to El Salvador for $6 million. I need us to get a grip on that. They were sold. What does that sound like? Slavery. It is slavery. We sold over 200 people to El Salvador for $6 million. Sit with that, deal with it. And here we have Patty Moran on the lectern using her tears to justify the sales of humans. Be so for real. We are not in the 1800s anymore. How dare you get on the lectern and utilize the tears and the frogs in your throat to justify what is happening to the lives of people, that we are literally witnessing slavery and repeat. It is disgusting that this government, she couldn't get on that microphone and say, oh my gosh, I am offended that my tax dollars, my $6 million of my tax dollars was spent to replicate slavery. Be so for real right now. Be so for real. You're worried about a senator utilizing your tax dollars and you can't even take care of your grandbabies because you're too busy taking money out of their fundraiser. Get a grip. This has been The Breakdown. I'll see y'all in the next one. This shit is ridiculous.